There he is on the tow truck.
So we bought a Mercedes GLA Aufrecht Melcher Grossasbach, which we're super happy with. Never thought we'd ever buy a car like that, but now we have it.
As you know, it has massive damage on the front left, and that's why in this episode we're going to continue repairing this car.
Here I am in our newest acquisition, the GLA45 Aufrecht Melcher Grossasbach. As you can hear, it does start, but there's something seriously wrong. Without the damage, we would never have bought a GLA45, of course. Just for the content alone, it's an awesome car, and the driving experience takes it to the next level. The car is wrapped, which is already a big risk when buying it. I'm just wondering if the original color underneath still looks good. As you can see, it's just black, and I also hope to find everything on the outside of the car just black as well. No filler spots, no weird stuff. And besides that, of course, we're also going to install some new parts on the car. We have original headlights for it, and a lot more parts are on the way. I just want to take off the wrap and see if it's original. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Well, it's 10 minutes later, and that's how fast the process of removing your wrap goes. I think it's going pretty slowly, but the good news is that the hood seems to have its original color, so I'm really happy about that. Stay seated a bit longer, we're not done yet. Let's go.
As you can see, we've grabbed the hairdryer again. This makes removing the wrap a lot easier, since I feel like it kind of dissolves the glue, which makes it lose its adhesion. As you can see, we're now working on the left rear side panel. And it's quite a process, so it also takes a lot of time. So it takes me about an hour to do one panel, so just imagine. What you see here has taken about 3 to 4 hours of work.
This is actually also because we had to disassemble and refit the door handles.
As you can see, I'm completely done with the left rear door. For that, I had to remove this trim and also had to disassemble the door handle. And what a job it is, guys, just to wrap a car, let alone to remove the wrap from a car. It takes so much time. I really underestimated it. Very satisfying since you quickly see results from your work. I also like how shiny it looks. Let's keep stripping the car. Get as much done today as possible since all the wrap must be removed. Alright guys, it's a new day here, and I'm already, it's about 11:30 now, so I've already spent a few hours removing the last bit of wrap that's still on the car. The car is still covered in sticker residue and feels sticky. I don't know how long the wrap was on, but removing it was a huge job. Before moving on, I want to remove the sticker residue from the car using tar and glue remover. Hopefully, that will fix it. And then after that, we can replace the fuse that's bent for us. Also, a new ball joint for the steering rack has arrived, the inner tie rod, and we're going to replace that too. The end result is slowly coming into view. We also have new headlights that still need to be installed.
This is going to be awesome, let's go.
I've lifted the car up for a moment so I can show you exactly what's bent. As you can see here, this is our steering rod, and this bend shouldn't be here. It should just be straight. And we also suspect that our knuckle is bent, so we're going to replace that as well. We'll lower the car, disconnect the strut and tie rod end, then wash it once it's back on its wheels. As you can see in the footage, I've removed the inner tie rod and it's really bent. That's just unbelievable. It must have taken a massive hit. Take a look at how it looks. I also marked where the nut was with some tape, and I counted the turns of the nut as well. There were 24 turns, so I'll screw this one on for 24 turns too. That way, the tie rod end returns to its original position. Return it as close as possible to the original alignment. Then ensure it's properly aligned afterward. After replacing this on the car, yes, we'll reinstall this part soon. Let's go. I borrowed special spring clamps from my neighbor. This set will let me compress the springs.
Because as you know, the spring is under tension. You can't just remove it like that. So with this set, you can compress your springs.
And then you can release it from the top and transfer everything over. Well, the hub shock absorber is mounted back in place. It wasn't a very difficult job to replace it. It actually went pretty smoothly, pretty easily. You just have to make sure that the coil spring goes back in exactly the same position in the plates so that it gets the same ride height.
And that it's actually sitting properly, the way it's supposed to. I think my little brother was right after all.
Because now the negative camber is completely gone and it's standing nice and straight again, just like this side. And yeah, that one was broken. I'm gonna put the wheels back on and install the headlight, because we've received new, original headlights. I'm gonna remount those on the car to check if the modules work. I can't wait to drive it. Hopefully, we'll fix the steering rack errors soon, since it's not working due to an unknown error.
It could be due to the accident, and everything may just need resetting or reprogramming. Let's go.
I've just installed the modules on the headlights. I just noticed a corner is broken off, so I can only use 3 bolts. When you buy a headlight like this, you expect it to be fully intact.
When installing things like this, you often find another broken corner, which is unfortunate. Still, the module is correctly installed.
It's time to install the headlights, and I'm really curious to see if they'll turn on because, well, they've taken quite a hit.
And I just hope that our modules are still intact. So we're going to install the headlights. We're going to give the car its eyes back, just like it's supposed to be. And guys, what a sight, huh?
As you know, we have a container for all the headlight bolts, so we keep everything together.
This isn't the final spot. Once the bumpers are on, everything will align. We've begun the rebuild. It's amazing how quickly things move.
Episode 3, car done.
Yeah, without plugging it in, those headlights definitely won't turn on. Unless they're on Bluetooth.
They're only 20-inch rims, guys. They're just 20 inches.
The moment is here, guys. We're going to see if our headlights work. I really hope they do. I don't want to spend any more money on headlights, so let's find out.
Yeah, I've got xenon on the left and nothing on the right. Yeah, on the right, hey, it's got dynamic turn signals. So cool.
What a letdown, guys. We could have known that it wouldn't work perfectly the first time, of course.
Headlights are always an issue with new types of cars. I'd say let's hook up the diagnostic tool and see what error codes come up,
because we know nothing about this car yet. Except that there's a Christmas tree lit up on our dashboard, so I'll grab our diagnostic device and we'll read it out, of course, the well-known Carly.
I'm curious what faults it'll find since Carly checks all the car's modules, not just the engine management.
Just 3% loaded, already 8 faults. Many could be due to a weak or dead battery. 71 faults detected. Engine is in very bad shape.
So once everything has been removed, so we hope that the car will actually lose maybe 80% of its faults. And then the real ones will remain, the real faults that are in there. And then hopefully we can get to work on those. And maybe it will already solve some problems. Maybe our headlights will start working. Maybe the power steering will turn on, because as you know, this is an electric steering rack.
The car might be messed up from the impact or low battery voltage, so it needs reprogramming. Hey,
It's complete. 11 errors have come back. I'm curious.
Well, it's better now.
Now it's just bad.
Strangely, the rear lights still work fine.
Try the left turn signal, yeah, that works. Right, step on the brake, it works. Front, try your left turn signal, that works. Or sorry, right turn signal, yeah, left turn signal.
So that one doesn't work in the mirror either. And the front one doesn't do anything at all.
So yeah, personally I think it has something to do with that collision warning on the display, because we also don't have any power steering.
We can still check the fuses, so let's do that. They turned out to be fine. I didn't find anything there that could have caused the collision warning. You really put effort into making that car shine, didn't you?
I removed all the sticker residue, so it just goes back to how it was. But in the wheel arches underneath, it's like you've been through the Sahara. We're going to jack up the car. We're also going to give the underside a good brush and a wash, because that's what a car like this deserves. Let's go. Can't say it drives well since it lacks power steering and has a flat left rear tire. It's never been this clean.
Yeah, but at least it drives.
With a flat tire, checking the pressure makes sense.
One thing we noticed was that it sounds really awesome in sport mode.
This thing definitely has a tune on it, there's no other way. It's definitely not stock anymore. Because as you know, it has a downpipe. So maybe the car is chipped.
Yeah, I think you always combine those. A downpipe with a chip, otherwise you wouldn't do it, I think. It sounds awesome.
But that's something we'll have to find out later when the car is really running well, because we have a flat tire that we unfortunately can't do anything about. The hole is as big as his finger.
We've already ordered tires, but they didn't arrive in time for a test drive.
And we also still have that collision mode on, which means we unfortunately don't have power steering, at least that's what we think. And of course, all those errors on the dashboard.
Finally, it looks like an off-wrecked Melcher Grosas back again, right? It's almost sad to see a car like that so dirty.
I could get used to this, guys. An off-wrecked Melcher Grossasbach, I think the neighbors will like it too.
It turned out so clean. Unbelievable. Now let's check underneath, because that's how it works, right? To see if it's really like new from the factory. This is definitely a lot better, but I'm still going to wipe it down a bit. I can see it already. Actually, we should already be satisfied with this.
Who even details the underside of their car now? It's a night and day difference.
We're standing by a spotless off-wrecked Melcher Grossasbach now that it's fully clean. Can we walk around it to show you all the damages? You know about the front, but not the rest. For example, there's still a big dent in our door panel. It shouldn't be too much work for the painter. Here we have another dent that still needs to be pulled out. Needs a bit of adjustment, a little bumper. You saw that, of course, during the unwrapping. The diffuser that has a bit of damage. Also, the rims all around have quite a lot of damage. They also need to be powder coated again, but that's not our main concern. Right now, we just need all the parts since we can't keep working on the car. We're very happy with how things are going.
The car turned out after we removed the wrap. This is basically just what we could have dreamed of. No underlying damage, here and there some scratches, signs of use, but nothing strange. On the other hand, the headlights still don't work.
It might have something to do with the error caused by the collision.
Tell us in the comments if you know what's happening with our headlights. See you next week as we continue with the Ferrari, the Aufrecht Melcher Grossasbach, or maybe a new project. Stay tuned. See you soon. Ciao.